Hello everyone. So today I am back with another video. I am going to create a vintage style camping t-shirt design here again. So I am going to use these elements from all of them are from FreePic. You can download them from FreePic or I will maybe add the link. So this is just a simple bear silhouette. This is a mountain. This is some trees. I am going to create a vintage effect here. So that's why I am using. I am going to use this color palette for the vintage theme here. And of course I'm going to use this text as my text for this design. So let's start the design process. Okay, so first step is I want to create this bear as my center graphic here. Now maybe I will just use one of these trees from here just to place it something like this. I'm going to create a area like this, maybe align them all in the bottom position. That's good. Now the area here you can see between these two trees, I'm going to place my this mountain here. Now this mountain I'm going to make it a bit bigger, like as big as it should match my trees here, like make a close path here, like these trees are overlapping my mountain and making it a giving it a look like this, something like this. So that is my graphic position. Let's group them together so it becomes a single group. Now this is my color palette, so I'm going to use these colors here, but I'm going to use my that blend technique here. So something like this, but a bit bigger. So basically I'm making it bigger to bigger to a smaller transition here. I am going to click on this blend tool here. Then if I click here and then another click here, it is going to make a blend like this. So this is really easy. Now if I double click on this blend tool, check the preview box. Now I'm going to make it specified steps, and it is right now 12 step. I have 4 color here, so maybe I will make it, yeah, 12 is good for 4 color. So let's click OK. I'm going to expand it because this is a effect here, so I need to expand it. Now I'm going to make it something like this, move it a bit. Then I'm going to distribute the space between my these lines, maybe a little extra. Then again select it all, then distribute the space. So this is going to keep it like this. That is fine. Let's ungroup them for coloring purpose. Now I have 4 color, I have 12 boxes, so it's easy. I'm going to pick 3 of them and then I'm going to pick these colors from here, as simple as that. Okay, so I made a mistake here. That is, whenever we are making specified steps, that means it is making 12 steps, like with the 2 I already had earlier. So it is basically 14 steps here. That is the reason the steps are more here. So this is my color group here. Let's make them a group again so that we don't lose that position. Now I'm going to place it something like this, just a little, like covering all the details of the mountain. Then I'm going to make it smaller, just as just to align with the bottom position of everything. Then I'm going to make it white, just like this. So this is my graphic position right now. Maybe I will make it same size as my mountain top here, because we are going to create a effect here, something like this. That's cool. Let's Control X, Control B to paste it back. Now everything that is outside of my graphic area, like from this part and this part, I want to erase. So I'm going to select my both group, the color group and the vector group, then press Shift M. So Shift M is shape builder. Now if I press Alt and then drag like this, I can erase these extra parts, just like this. That is fine. Just like this. Make sure that you are not erasing anything that is important, like not this part. So I'm going to erase this extra parts that is inside this area here, just like this. Maybe here is a, okay, this one also. So that is fine. Maybe this one also, because that is not a part of my design area, that is just outside. Okay, so this is fine for me. Now for this one here, as you can see, this is how my design is looking right now. But I want to, like, if I put a black background here, something like this, but it should be black. So Control X, Control B to paste in back. It is going to look like this. So these trees are kind of only one side is visible. So if we print this t-shirt on something like a red background, a darker red background, you will see then it will have these black options, these black graphics. That is not something you want. This is not a professional way of making this kind of designs. Like if we use a darker blue for this design, but here is some black in the design, so I don't want that. And for fixing that, I'm going to select my this vector group, then Ctrl X to cut it. Now you can see we have the color group only like this. Then I'm going to open the transparency for it, just like this, then press Ctrl F. So this will paste that exact same group on top of my color group. Just like the transparency, we do need to make sure that everything is complete black here, no other colors. So when it is complete black, it is complete transparent, so that's fine. Now this is my final graphic. Okay, maybe I will need to make some adjustment here. As you can see, this part is not looking very good, so maybe just I will make it look like this, just like this. That is fine. Okay, I need to make sure that this part is also working perfectly. So this is my anchor point. I'm going to bring it down something like this. Okay, this much is good for us. Now as you can see, the bear is looking like walking flat. This area is a flat looking area, so we can easily fix that by pressing N for pencil tool. When our fill is black, no stroke, with our pencil tool we can draw some random shapes from here. That will just give it a look like a not a straight cut area, something like this, and that is good for us. I think that's fine. Okay, so this is my graphic area, right, looking like this. If I make a black rectangle, Ctrl X, Ctrl B to paste in back, you can see this is how our design is going to look. This is the exact same design, but the difference is if I change the background here, my design will completely blend with the background. There is no other color, no extra black color on the design, something like this. So this is the way of making this kind of designs. Anyway, so I'm going to erase that part, background part. That is fine. Let's just create some text for our this design. I'm going to create an ellipse here, maybe in a stroke mode. Yeah, that's fine. Let's select them all, align them center wise so that it stays in the center position, just like this. That much is good. I'm going to take my first text here, not all who wonder. So not all who, if I take my type on path tool, I can type on the ellipse. So I need to click on this anchor point and then press Ctrl V. Ctrl V will paste my that text just in this ellipse. Now you may need to do some adjustment, like it will look like that, but you need to make it centralized just like this. That is fine. Let's change the base position, something like this. Maybe increase the space between the text a bit smaller, maybe something like this. Yeah, that is fine. So this is my text right now, or maybe just let's do not change the base position, keep it like this. That is fine. So this wonder text is my focus text here. Like I'm going to focus on this text here, so I'm going to make it bigger. Now for this one, I'm going to use my Explorer script font, script regular maybe. Yeah, that is good. So this is going to be the focus text for me. Now maybe I will select everything, then align them center wise. That is fine. I'm going to break my this wonder font, then I'm going to add a source to it. So taking my pen tool, something like this, click here, then drag it, then click here and drag it. This is just going to create our source here. So that is fine. Let's press shift W for white tool and then make one side bigger like this. So this is going to look like this. Okay, so I'm selecting the this stroke here. As it is a stroke, we need to expand it to make it a fill, just like this. Then press shift E for eraser tool. You can like make it bigger or smaller by this square bracket. So I'm going to make it a bit bigger, then cut something from this area, that is fine. Now if I select this one and then this wonder text, I'm going to press shift M for shape builder, just to erase this part. So that is fine. Let's group them together. Okay, so I have another text that is are lost. Now for this one here, I'm going to use my that same explorer font, maybe just the serif version. This is just up to you guys, whichever font you want to use or you like, that is fine. Maybe this font I will use the serif version, of course. Yeah, this is a bit bigger and bolder, that looks good. Maybe a bit space between them. This is looking like this, that's fine. Now I'm going to break my this font also. Now make it a bit smaller, that is fine. Let's create a stroke here, something like this area to this area, that is fine. Let's make it a bit bigger, 10 pixel maybe, then make it I'm going to make it this option here, and then I'm going to pick a copy, like pressing alt and dragging a copy here, rotate it, then I'm going to select these three. I need to align it in the center position, then distribute the space between them, that is fine. Let's make it a group. So whenever it is in a group, like you can see everything is in a group here, I can align them center wise. So that is good. Now according to my this text, like the top text, I maybe need to make it a bit bigger, that's fine. Let's align them once again, something like this. Now I'm going to pick some colors for my this text, so that is fine. This wonder, I'm going to make it this color, then are lost, I'm going to make it this color. Okay, so as you can see, the problem of not expanding the text, the stroke, this is the stroke right now, so we need to expanding for selecting a color for that in fill. We can of course change the color when it is in stroke, but I like to work it in like this way. So it is all in a fill color right now, and if I pick my eyedropper, I can simply select a color, any color I want, and this is how it is going to look. Maybe I'll just pick this two, make it this color, because that will keep a consistency here. Now maybe for this one text, let's break it and need to act like a text. Everything is in the center position right now. Let's make them a group. So my design is ready. Now for this area here, let's create a background for our design, something like this. Make it black and see how it is looking. So this is how our design is looking right now. Maybe it's just like something is missing in this area, it is not filling the mountain. So maybe I will take an ellipse here, just to create a sun in this color maybe, and then I'm going to make it something like this. If I select my this group here, double click to isolate and select the color group, inside the color group I will find this mountain vector. I'm going to copy this one. Let's click here, then on this sun vector here, let's open the transparency for it, press Ctrl F. It is going to look like that. That means it is going to look this kind of sun effect, like the it is showing up the mountain shapes there, so that is fine. Okay, so I am selecting my pencil tool, and my fill color should be of course black. Then I can draw a black shape inside here, and that should hide the area. That is, this is not the sun area, this is the area of the mountain, so that is fine. Now for this one here, I'm going to create, like I want to make it this area of the mountains visible, so that's why I'm going to click something like this inside this area, let's not do that in that way. We have the trees here, so I can simply select one of these trees again, maybe this one, just to give it a feel. So I'm going to place it here. Then I'm going to take this green color because that is the color of the trees. I'm going to place some of them here, not all over the areas, maybe one in top of the sun, just like this, maybe another one here, on here. Okay, so this is how it is looking right now. Maybe I need to make it a bit change here, just like this. I'm not sure how it is going to look, so I need to now select all of these trees, then this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So that's fine. Let's make it a group. Control G. Now Control X to cut it. Now I'm going to select my this group, then press Control B. It is going to paste just in the background of my these shapes. And for this one here, these three groups here, I need to do that again. Like if I select my this sun vector inside the transparency, I will find everything that we pasted here. Let's ungroup them because I only need this mountain. So copy this one. Now click here, then I'm going to select my this mountain, these three groups, then open the transparency for them, press Ctrl F, and this is how it is going to look right now. As you can see, I'll show you in a bit, but you can see this is how it is looking right now. But the problem is I wanted these two trees on top of my sun, so I'm going to make them a copy, Ctrl C like this. Then I'm going to select my this sun vector and then press Ctrl F for paste in front. And now if I select my this tree group inside the transparency, I will get the same size mountain. I need to copy this mountain because if I keep pasting mountains from like outside, then it will not match the size. But if I keep copying this one, then it will be same, or every time it will be same. So I'm selecting this one, copy, click here. Now I'm going to select my this and this tree, these two, make it a group, open the transparency for it, press Ctrl F. So it is going to paste in like this in front of the trees, but this area is visible, so I'm going to take my pencil tool here just to draw a random shape here. I'm staying inside the border of my mountain, then join it here, so it is going to hide. Now as you can see, it is looking like this. If I select my this tree, maybe I can place it somewhere like this just to give it a feel that it is the total mountain top, something like this. So you can see here is the mountain top is visible, and that is another tree layer that is behind my this mountain. And the reason I made all of this adjustment is I am going to make it a one color design. You can see whatever color my shirt will be, it will be see through. And then if I select my background color, change it to something like this, every time I am changing the color, it is going to stay in the same color variation, no black in it. So of course this kind of designs looks good on some grunge texture. So let's put some grunge texture on our design. So I'm going to use this one. This is a free grunge from free pick. You can search like grunge texture, you will find this one. Now for this one here, I'm going to select my everything in the design, like everything of the design, not these parts, not the background, so only my design. Let's make it a group, Ctrl G. Now I'm going to open the transparency for it, then press Ctrl V. Here I am not going to press Ctrl F because this is from another artboard. So I'm going to place my grunge texture something like this, then I'm going to drag it to adjust with my graphic area here, just like this. Yeah, that much is good for us. Let's see how it is looking. You see, instantly it is making a cool looking effect here. Now if we want to do it like in a more grungy way, so I am going to Control C it, that means copy, then Control F to paste in front. Now I have two grunge here. I am just going to press shift and then move my arrow tool, that will move the top grungy a little bit. That means we have two grand structure here, and they are filling the gap of each other, something like this. I don't know if you can understand it or not, just to make it a way more grungier than before. So this is going to be our final design, final graphic for this one. Let's change the background color. This kind of design looks great on this kind of colors, something like this. Yeah, that maybe just I will make it a bit darker, just like this. That is it. So I hope you learned something new from this one, guys. I will always try to do something new in my every video. Keep following my videos, you will learn a lots of new things every day. Thank you for supporting me, guys. See you in the next video. Have a great time. Thank you.